The second part of this Christmas test, we have the weekly revenue produced by a company being a cause function, which we have here. And T is the number of weeks measured from the beginning of July. And we have here pi T over 26 is in radians. You can use radians or you can change the degrees, whatever you choose. I like degrees. Find the approximate revenue produced, 20 weeks. T is 20, so T becomes 20. In our function, we're going to get 22,500 by the cos. What I like to do is change pi to 180 by T, which is 20. That would all be over 26, or you could just put divide by 26 into your calculator like this because of multiplication and division. And then that will be plus 37,500. So the revenue, or the approximate revenue, 20 weeks after the beginning of July is giving me 20,658 and 0.508.51, so just about 50, so 20,659 euro. So we have a negative in here for our cos, minus from 37,500. Part B, we're asked to find two values of time T within the first 52 weeks when the revenue is approximately 26,250. So we let our function equal 26,250. We're trying to find T. So we bring across the 37,500 and divide by 22,500. We'll get cos pi T over 26 is equal to 26,250 minus 37,500 divided by 22,500. We get this as a decimal. Find out what the two angles are that represent this decimal in the cos function. So we will get the cos of pi T over 26 will be equal to, does this work out evenly? 11,250 over 22.5, it does. It works out to be minus 0.5. So what angles give cos to be minus 0.5? Check one of them on your calculator, but the cos of 60 is equal to a half, or 0.5. So cos is positive in here, so we want these two sectors in here, 60 degrees. So 60 in here is actually an angle of 120. So this angle in here is going to be equal to 120, or 60 degrees in here is 180 plus 60, 240. So we would say pi T over 26, well pi is 180 in this case to get the angle. 180T over 26 is equal to 120. So T is equal to 26 by 120 over 180. And similarly down here we can just replace the 120 with the 240. T will be equal to 26 by 240 over 180. And does this divide in evenly? It's going to be 26 by 2 over 3, so 52 over 3, so that doesn't divide even more, so it's 17 and a third. And down here we're going to get double that, aren't we? We're going to get 4 over 3 by 26. It's 104 over 3, which is equal to 34 and 2/3. So what are we asked here for? We're asked for find the two values of T within the first 32 weeks when the revenue is approximately, so T is probably a full week, so we could say 17 weeks or 18 weeks and 34, 35 weeks here, but these are the exact values. And because it's an approximation, we could say, well, after 17 weeks, it's approximately that amount. And after, well, it's closer to 35 weeks, so I'd go for 17 and 35 as my two answers here. Part C, we're asked to find R prime T, the derivative of R of T. So cos go to your tables if you don't memorize these goes to minus sign. This differentiates to 0, so we're going to get minus 22,500 sine pi t over 26. And we're differentiating with respect to t, so we'd have to multiply by the differentiated angle. So if it was 5t, it would become 5, so whatever's in front of t, which is pi over 26, multiplying by pi over 26 outside the angle. So tidying this up, we get minus 22,500 pi, which becomes 3.14, it's outside the angle, times pi t over 26. And there will be a 26 underneath all of this. And actually 2 goes into both of them, and 13 is prime, so I won't divide any more than that, 13. And we get minus 11250 pi by the sine of pi t over 26. And all of that over 13. Part D asks us to use calculus to show revenue is increasing 30 weeks after the beginning of July. So what's happening within this cos function here? Let's just do a little sketch. Let's say it starts here at t is equal to 0, it's going to come down, and it's going to come back up, and it's going to come down again. So we know that the cos of 0 degrees is equal to 1, so its max value here, the max value of 1, let's say it's here, and we put time equal to 0 at this point here. I'll just continue my function on. Till I get back up to the top. It's only a sketch. So let's say it's going back down there. So here's my 2 max points and my min point. Let's say this is my x-axis here. So at time 0 we have, let's say, the max revenue up here. This would be 22,500 plus 37,500 up here, which is 60,000 up the top. And then it's coming down along here. At some point the revenue is decreasing, then it becomes 0, and then it starts going back up. So we want to know at what point of the graph is this? Is it increasing 30 weeks after the beginning? So will we get a negative or positive answer if we put 30 in to our differentiated function? Minus 11,250 times pi by the sine, I'll put that over 13, by the sine, so what will this angle be, negative or positive? By the sine of 180 by 30 over 26. This does give me the sine of 207.69, which we know is going to be negative. Minus 11,250 times pi over 13 by the sine of a negative will give me a positive, so we're going to show that this is increasing. 180 is to here, so sine is negative in the next sector in 200 range. So what does this work out to be? It's giving me 1263.34 greater than 0, so therefore function is increasing.